Newsflash, newsflash. We got more information for you.
We're coming in hot.
Woo!
Wee-hoo. Wee-hoo. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to start mixing things up on my channel, including a wider variety of content. So not just what to eat and what not to eat for eczema, but I want to just share more of my life, give you guys more content. And so if you have any recommendations for what you want to see from me, comment down below. But today I'm showing you what I eat in a day. And it's actually been changing a lot over the last couple of weeks, and that's because I'm actively trying to change the way my body looks. What I can do is I can show you guys my progress photos. I've been doing this for 5 weeks so far, and it looks like this. Not a whole lot of change, and that's because I'm obsessed with eating sweet potato fries. And sweet potato fries don't exactly give you the toned look that I'm going for. So instead, I have a different approach to eating recently. And so I wanted to share that with you guys. So when I started off with breakfast this morning, I'm actually trying to eat strategically a little bit, but not too restrictive. So what I did for breakfast is, what I want to do is look young forever, look radiant and young for the rest of my life, and to do that you want to utilize collagen. Well, to utilize collagen, well, that's one of the things. There's many other ways to look young, but one of them is using collagen. So strategically, you want to eat vitamin C when you consume collagen, because vitamin C helps collagen do what it's supposed to do. So for breakfast today, I ate a yogurt bowl. I don't eat this every day. I'm a very variety type of person, but this just happens to be what I eat today. So I ate a yogurt bowl. What I did is I added papaya to my yogurt bowl. Well, I did this because papaya is one of the fruits with one of the highest contents of vitamin C. Also, papaya contains what's called papain, which is a digestive enzyme which is going to set your stomach up for a great day of being able to properly digest your foods. And into that, I wanted to add some really nice phytonutrients from the blueberries. These in particular are wild blueberries, and they contain really high antioxidant levels, and they are super good for you. So that's what I ate so far, and then it's been about a half hour since I've ate that, and what I'm gonna do now is eat a collagen bar. I'm eating it because, one, I'm obsessed with them because they taste fantastic. It's by the brand Bulletproof. But in general, what you want to do is not necessarily take collagen, but you want to make sure you're having amino acids like L-lysine and L-proline, and they combine into your body to create collagen. So eating collagen doesn't make collagen, it's eating amino acids so that your body has protein building blocks so that I can make collagen. I also wanted to mention the yogurt that I was eating was an unsweetened cashew yogurt by the brand called Foragers. Okay, breakfast done. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually editing a video back there, and I'm gonna edit, and then I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'm gonna come back and eat lunch, and I don't have a clue what it's gonna be yet. I'll see you at lunch. So as you saw in one of my previous videos, I like to meal prep a bunch of vegetables and throw it in a bag. And it's actually a reusable bag because I try to be as sustainable as I possibly can. And then I store it all in the freezer, and then I'll use it later to make some food. This is my big recycled bag. I don't even know what came in this previously, but it has a nice little zip on it. I don't really like using plastic, so if something has to come in plastic, I'm gonna try to reuse it as much as possible. So in this bag, I have broccoli, cabbage, I have some bok choy, a bunch of carrots, and some red bell peppers. So what I'm gonna do is throw it in a pan, and then what I've been doing lately is I just make a bunch of vegetables and then I throw in a can of like wild caught salmon or a smaller type of tuna. So if you want to eat tuna, go for a skipjack tuna. It's a smaller fish that has less mercury. Rightio, so it is time for some lunch. And you guys just saw me make that bowl, and so what I did is, I don't know if you guys know this at all, but seaweed is actually packed with nutrients. Like, it's insane how many nutrients seaweed has. So what I try to do is break up a sheet of nori into my food so that I get all of those nutrients. I'm gonna pop a little graphic here so that you guys can see all the nutrients that seaweed actually has. And so then I ended up seasoning it with garlic, ginger, mustard, nutritional yeast, and a little bit of coconut aminos. And so it's here in this bowl. And then with it, I am eating what is in this jar, which is actually called Paleo Puffs, and they're by the brand Lesser Evil. They're basically these like cheese puffs, but they're made out of cassava flour. So I brought my boyfriend on to briefly share what his diet is like and why. And so he's very focused on men's health, and we actually have a very similar diet. So you guys know I don't eat fridge food. So fried foods, refined sugar, eggs, dairy, gluten, and the only thing that he eats out of that is eggs. Yeah. And so that's what he eats in the morning. So we're gonna walk through like what he just ate for lunch, and maybe he can talk about like why he chooses certain foods or avoids other foods. So for example, in my bread video, I was trying to make a bread for both of us to eat.
Yeah.
So basically when I was trying to make the bread, I can't use eggs because that's a fridge food, and usually the replacement is chia seeds or flax seeds. But he's not a fan because they contain something called phytoestrogens, which will be used in the body as an estrogen. So your body can't tell the difference between like a birth control pill or flaxseed. With that being said, please don't go around using flax seeds as oral contraceptives, but just as a comparison, whether you're taking a synthetic estrogen, whether your body's producing estrogen, or you're taking, like you're consuming flax, that's all estrogen to your body. And so, you know, he's all about men's health, and it's not always good to have too much estrogen for a man.
So for lunch, I had sardines.
Yep, which is great for people with eczema too.
Yeah, and like, so they're high in calcium since I don't eat dairy, because dairy raises estrogen levels.
Mm-hmm. 1 second, I'm gonna add to that. So if you wanna utilize your calcium, you want to make sure that you're also consuming vitamin D or you're in the sun, because vitamin D helps your bones and your body utilize the calcium.
So when I purchase my sardines, I buy the sardines with the bones in them. The sardines with the bones in them have higher calcium.
And why is that? Why are they higher in calcium?
Because the bones actually contain the calcium.
Also, sardines are really high in omega-3. And so if you follow me, you know I'm all about omega-3s because they're anti-inflammatory and excellent for people with eczema.
I also ate blueberries for my lunch. It has a nutrient that raises testosterone in it. It also has a lot of antioxidants. So I also eat bananas with my lunch, and they have potassium, which is an electrolyte, and they make you feel great.
Yeah, so electrolytes are basically, when you think about the science of electrolytes and your cells basically push things out and in, and so cells have a cell wall, and so electrolytes are kind of the things that move in and out and in between the cells, and they give you a bunch of energy. So that's why they put electrolytes in sports drinks so that you don't pass out. So basically you have to have a good ratio of water to salt, sodium, to potassium.
I also eat blue corn chips with my lunch. Blue corn chips, they contain selenium, which is good for men's health. It raises testosterone.
So basically his whole philosophy with the way he eats, sometimes things change, but pretty much every day he tries to eat the same thing. Sometimes he changes his blue corn chips for purple potato chips that are made in coconut oil. But his whole philosophy to the way he eats is he listens to his body. And I think even if you don't, like, when you're somebody who doesn't have eczema, or if you have eczema, I think the best piece of advice is learning how to listen to the way your body's reacting to your food. When you finally get down to an elimination diet where you know what feels really good to your body, you're then able to adjust things very easily, figure out what feels good, what doesn't. We both react with anxiety to oats and millet. We have a lot of issues with our grains.
Yeah. Yeah, only grain that we can really eat is rice. White rice or black rice. Those two don't mess with us.
Brown rice is not the best.
No. We mainly just eat tubers. Tubers
Yeah.
are our carbs.
So what a tuber is, a lot of people actually don't know what a tuber is. A tuber is basically they're root vegetables, but they're a specific section of root vegetables. So tubers include things like tiger nuts, sweet potatoes, yams, cassava. And then there's other root vegetables like, I don't know if you guys know this, but white potatoes and sweet potatoes are actually falling into two different categories. So white potatoes are what's called a nightshade vegetable that ends up being pretty inflammatory.
Yeah. Like nightshades also contain eggplants.
Oh yeah, there's eggplants, goji berries,
Bell peppers.
any peppers, I think.
All peppers, yeah.
All peppers, zucchini,
Yeah.
which makes me mad. I love zucchini.
So good.
I like making zucchini noodles. I have nightshades occasionally. I've never noticed that they're quite inflammatory for me personally.
Me either.
I've always done well with them, and so that's where you kind of listen to your own body, but I don't overeat them. Like, I'm not going to go out and eat like 10 zucchinis in a day with tomato sauce.
No.
Eat them occasionally. He eats tomatoes occasionally. I eat tomatoes occasionally.
Yeah.
So another thing that we both practice is we try to eat things organic. And I don't know if you want to speak on that a little bit, like why we choose organic, if you want to just give them a brief overview.
Yes, pesticides can lower testosterone and also raise estrogen levels.
Not only that, but there's so many linkages between that and cancers. There's a massive fight going on in America with the company called Monsanto, who created a herbicide called Roundup, which actually when they first created it, it was supposed to be an antibiotic. So we all know what antibiotics do to your body. They cause leaky gut. They lead to so many different issues. They wipe out all of your bacteria so that bad bacteria can come in. If you've ever taken antibiotics, you probably ended up with a UTI or a yeast infection right after. Bad bacteria just goes like crazy.
I also eat an orange with my lunch because it's like one of the best bioavailable forms of vitamin C.
So his body does really great with oranges. My body does not do great with oranges. I get some stomach issues, and so I actually told him earlier today that I ate papaya this morning for vitamin C.
Ooh, that has a lot. It has the most.
It has the most, pretty much.
Yeah. I agree with that.
He actually used to eat papayas.
A lot.
And then earlier I also was telling them that vitamin C helps the absorption of collagen.
Mm-hmm.
And so he loves like organic grass-fed beef. We're all about any meat that we eat has to be wild-caught seafood, or it has to be grass-fed beef.
Organic grass-fed beef.
Organic grass-fed beef. Because if it's not organic grass-fed beef, then the cow's eating pesticide-filled grass, you're eating the cow, you're ingesting it, and it's a whole cycle.
Correct.
So I mean, honestly, we were lucky to end up with each other where we like eat so similarly, we understand the same concepts. It makes eating out so easy, or rather eating in, because we don't even eat out.
Yeah, well, we really don't.
We cook all the time.
Yeah, and when we do eat out, we get to choose some pretty cool places, like, you know, great tasting vegan restaurants.
Yeah.
Clean sushi places that like wild, well-sourced seafood. So like those places are pretty fun to try.
Yeah, we also have a couple places in the city that we're living in now where we can find organic grass-fed beef and burgers and stuff. And there's this one place where they literally hand you this booklet, and they like, there's the ingredients for every single thing they try to feed you. Everything. Because we're the type of people where we're like, what's in it?
Yeah.
What's in it? What's in it? And they're
also,
like, here.
Yeah, and the chef back there, they're not like, you know, they're not too mad when you say, oh, we're going to use like grass-fed organic butter. But we're like, you know, we don't like dairy, so we're like, can we just use coconut oil instead? They're like, oh, of course, we have the coconut grill over here. And they just put, you know, they cook your food on the coconut oil, which is awesome.
Yeah, so we get to explore places like that, but if where you live doesn't have anywhere like that, literally just cook in. He has a steamer. He puts everything in the steamer. It's a little metal steamer. He's gonna grab it right now, chucks every single thing in there, leaves it for 30 minutes, and he doesn't have to do anything. If you don't have time to cook, this doesn't need any time to cook.
Not at all.
If you have 30 minutes, like, you don't even need 30 minutes.
It's like 15 minutes, really, like 15 to 30 minutes. I mean, the potatoes, like potatoes don't take that long. The starch, you know, the steam breaks down the starch so fast that you can eat within 20 minutes if you're in a rush.
Yeah.
If you want your food to be a little, you know, bit softer maybe, or well cooked or something, you can put it in there for like 30 minutes to
I like
45
everything
minutes.
mushy.
Yeah, just for broccoli mushy.
See, but the thing is, you don't have to monitor it.
No.
As long as you put the right amount of water, it's not going to boil over. He literally will, like, he preps his food for maybe 5 minutes, chucks it in the steamer, then goes and does other things.
Like the other day, I went to the gym. I turned on the steamer, made sure, like, you have to wait for it to steam, and then you turn it down like halfway to medium, and then you just run down to the gym and work out for like 30 minutes to an hour while your food's good, the water level's good, and you're safe.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen.
So no excuses. Make your own food. I mean, it's really the best option. You have full control over what you're eating, and it makes you feel good.
Yeah, cooking in is like the best option.
Saves money.
Saves money. It's fun. You get the right amounts. You're not hungry. If you are hungry, it's, you know.
You can sit there and snack while you're eating.
Yeah.
A carrot for me, carrot for the pot.
Yes. Oh my god.
Okay, so now it is time for me to have a snack that I'm very excited about. I'm gonna let him go and, you know, thank him for being on here. This was very lovely.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Love you.
I love you too. And I'm gonna show you guys my snack. Okay, for a snack, I just made sweet potato toasts with an almond cream cheese and some avocado. And we're about to play a special game that we made together, and currently it's called Excuse the Sirens. Currently it's called Where'd Uno Go? I have been dealing with this really bad fatigue issue, and it happens every summer. And if you watch all my videos, you would have seen me do this last summer. Every single summer, I end up with an iron deficiency for some reason because I want to eat everything that doesn't have iron in it. And so basically, like, all I want to eat right now is like broccoli. And I have like kelp noodles over there, but my body's telling me that I need iron because of fatigue. And so as soon as I started upping my iron using lentils, I have a hemp protein with a lot of iron, and I've been trying to incorporate more like beef and mussels and whatever has iron. And so my lovely boyfriend is steaming my ground beef for me. It's like a frozen solid block, and the steamer can handle whatever, and so he's putting it in there, and I really appreciate it because I really need some iron. So what I'm gonna do is that's gonna end up being like a ground beef thing, and I'm gonna take my riced broccoli and create just like a bunch of vegetables in my pan like I always do. And I actually have some kelp noodles. It's not a lot, and I show you guys all the time how to make my kelp noodles. And I'm gonna take those, and so it's gonna be like a noodly, beefy vegetable dish. And that's gonna stop my eating for today. I might have a little bit of chocolate after I eat, which is like, I don't know, not that much. I just grab some like chocolate chips in my hand and eat those. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for this what I eat in a day. I hope you guys learned something, and you can copy my meals if you don't know what else to eat, or you can just figure out whatever you need to do. But my dinner was good. I think my favorite meal was probably my snack. I'm obsessed with that sweet potato with avocado mix. That's awesome. And yeah, so if you guys like this video, I can try to make more like this. Obviously, I'm getting a little tired, like I don't have my lighting set up. But I finished out the video, and I hope you guys like it. See you in my next video.
Sardines without bones don't have any calcium. Is that better? You gotta get the bone in the fish. Is that how it's said?
I like crashing waves.